Here is a brief overview of the ME25 edge bander. I happen to have an older model that we're rebuilding in the shop currently, so I'll use that as my prop. There's very little changes from yours to this one here. But first off, we've got the control panel. Once we've wired the machine and had air going to it, the first thing we need to do is energize the system. The little white light should come on. The lid needs to be in the down position. This lid, the safety system is disconnected so we can work on it. But if the lid is up, if there's no air, or if one of the emergency stops is pushed in, that white light will not come on. So you need to check all that. If the white light doesn't come on, we need to find out why. Once that comes on, then we can go and set the machine up for coil stock. The little green light comes on. We need to turn on the glue temperature. If you look at the, there's three positions: off, standby, and run. So when the green light is flashing, that's on standby. If you look at the temperatures, it's at 150. The top temperature is the target temperature. The bottom temperature is the actual temperature. So we need to push the button one more time and go to work temperature. And it's going to say 190 or whatever your machine happens to be set at. So right now we're at 190. And our actual temperature to glue pot is 109. This is Celsius, so it's almost double that in Fahrenheit. So 190 is about 400 degrees Fahrenheit, so it's pretty hot. If we're not going to use coil stock, if we're going to cut strips, then we push this button. If it's 0 to 2 millimeters, if it's 2.5 to 5 millimeter thick strip, we're going to push this button. This button here is for the buffing station. This button is to turn on the end trim station. So when this machine heats up and we're ready to run, if we want the end trim station to work, we need to have that green light on. And then here is the main on button to turn the machine on, but it won't function until it gets up to temperature. And then we have our drive belt, our conveyor belt on position. That'll start flashing when the glue reaches temperature. We have an emergency stop button on the control panel to stop the machine if we hear something going wrong. One of the first things we're going to do for adjustments is the Infeed Fence. The way we adjust the Infeed Fence is we loosen this lock knob, and then we control this handle till we get the digital readout to correspond with the thickness of the edge banding. This will move the Infeed Fence forward and back to accommodate the thickness of the edge banding, and then we lock that in place. And every time we change thickness, we need to readjust this fence.